Hi everybody, this is Agnes from Sediment, and today let's look at 5 great age-worthy white wines that you don't necessarily need to age to enjoy. Recently, I did a video about age-worthy red wines, which even though can age, are also enjoyable at young age. I will link it here and in the description. And many of you asked about the white wines, so today let's have a closer look at them. Believe it or not, but for me it was actually more challenging. I realized that I want my white wines to mature, especially when it comes to premium Burgundy or top Rieslings. This is why I won't include them in this list. Also, white wines are typically released much sooner than red wines, thus often being much more energetic in the glass when opened young. I guess I'm the polar opposite of many of you. Nevertheless, let's explore 5 great age-worthy white wines that are very enjoyable at an early stage of their life. Those of you who have been following my YouTube channel for a while know that I love my Austrian wines. And particularly close to my heart is their local white grape variety Gruner Veltliner. I believe it can create beautiful, refreshing and easy drinking wines with slight phenolic grip. However, it also has the potential to produce rich, opulent and age-worthy wines as proved by Smaragd labels from the Wachau region, which is located east of Vienna, just an hour drive away. Gruner Veltliner Smaragd wines from Wachau are made from fully matured grapes, thus packing a lot of flavor and intensity. And not only that, these wines will often also have elevated alcohol levels, thus further supporting their aging potential. I can assure you, as do many wine writers and critics, Wachau Gruner Veltliner Smaragd wines can age beautifully from 10 to 20 years, especially when sourced from a top producer's best vineyards and great vintage. However, these wines also offer truly great immediate appeal with ripe stone fruit, apricot and pear flavors, and a lively palate that invites you to pour another glass, making them equally exceptional at a young age as well. Chenin Blanc is greatly underrated white grape variety responsible for some truly epic wines. As some wine critics have pointed out, its high acidity might be considered nasty to some, but it is precisely this acidity that allows these wines to age. Additionally, it plays well with residual sugar left in wines. Over the years in the bottle, this residual sugar will create layers and layers of complex flavors such as baked apple and honeyed lemon, which are truly inviting. And the great part is that there are only few Chenin Blanc out there that will break your wallet. The majority of them are really affordable price-wise. However, I would rarely say no to a young and fresh Chenin Blanc, which when done right offers beautiful balance of ripe yellow apples on the nose and bright acidity wrapped within slightly creamy body texture and just touch of that salinity or minerality. Call it what you like. Absolute pleasure at young age and worth the patience to let it evolve and enjoy at later age as well. 10 to 20 years for top bottlings is nothing. Here I specifically want to talk about Marsanne and Roussanne grape varieties, not Viognier, so sorry Condrieu. Blends of Marsanne and Roussanne are aromatic, full-bodied and with elevated alcohol. The best examples can even resemble the white beauties from Burgundy. I also genuinely believe that they are better when blended together. Marsanne giving oiliness and weight, while Roussanne adding aromatic depth and refreshing acidity. Think of Hermitage Blanc and Saint-Joseph from its steep terraced vineyards. These wines can truly age. But again, if you think of Hermitage Blanc and Saint-Joseph from its steep terraced vineyards, these wines bring saliva to the palate even when they are freshly bottled or not bottled at all, enjoyed directly from the barrel. Marsanne and Roussanne blends from the northern Rhone tend to have beautiful peach and apricot fruit-driven nose, with distinctive almond and even marzipan hints. And I mean this in the most positive way. It has fat body that just lingers on the palate, leaving floral and herb-infused aftertaste. Chardonnay is certainly a grape variety that can age gracefully. I would like to point to Burgundy as a beautiful example of this, but I am more cautious now, as some of the bottles, really expensive bottles, can show too much age at an early stage of their life. Anyway, I digress. For those of you who like their Chardonnay wines rich and plump, with sweet toast and vanilla flavors and almost sweet tasting on the palate, you can certainly find them in California. But California also offers acidity-driven Chardonnay wines with beautiful elegance and liveliness. Some I have tasted almost feel austere or shy. Let's face it, they are not cheap, but will also not disappoint if aged in the cellar for 10 to 15 years. However, I am a living proof that these very same wines are drinking quite nicely early in their life. I have hardly any Chardonnay left from my trips to California. They are juicy, full of energy and packed with crunchy fruit. There's nothing to not enjoy when these wines are opened and poured into your glass. Despite Bordeaux being one of the largest winemaking regions in France and producing all the wine styles you can imagine, we always associate Bordeaux wines with premium quality and age-worthiness. It is certainly true for its top dry white wines. Made from predominantly Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon grape varieties and often aged in oak barrels, with the best examples coming from Graves and Pessac-Léognan, these are wines that are quite unique in style. They are aromatic, have waxy texture, full body, and often can show off a distinctive smoky layer. Because of high quality, acidity, and intensity of flavors, dry white wines from Bordeaux can certainly age in the bottle. And believe it or not, some are more famous and sought after than their red-colored siblings. I truly believe that aged white Bordeaux are too rarely enjoy the gems in my wine world. But then again, precisely because of their zesty aromatics and energy-filled palate, they offer refreshment at young age and rarely disappoint, offering juicy body and citrus-filled grip. So here you go, these are great white wines that show good aging potential, but you don't necessarily need to age them to enjoy. I guess for white wines we seem more open when it comes to popping them early in their youth, and there shouldn't be too much controversy here. But if you like your white wines to be aged just as I do, feel free to age them and open when you think they are ready. Just a small tip from my side, it is always better to open your wine too soon than too late. And let me know in the comments if I have missed any wine on this list. Cheers! I made a video on 5 things to consider when choosing your wine for cellaring. Make sure to watch it next.